I think that as an African American woman and as a psychologist, it's a really important issue to discuss because you cannot distance that from the history of African Americans in this country, starting with slavery. So slavery is weaved into the fabric of this country. So that being the case, there's already an initial oppression, sometimes generations removed, sometimes right there in front of you, that a lot of African Americans feel. Because of that, it might feel harder to also admit I'm struggling when you're not sure if society at large cares about you and your mental health.
I grew up in the Black community, and I realized later that I was seeing a lot of people struggle with what I didn't recognize at the time was depression. And it was just something that we didn't really talk much about. We saw it, we didn't have a name for it. It affected us, it hurt us.
I'm really thankful that she talked about the history of depression that she has experienced. I think that as an African American woman and as a psychologist, it's a really important issue to discuss.
She said that this is a national crisis, and I absolutely agree with her. And I think we need more voices like Ms. Henson's coming out and speaking on this very important issue, particularly since so many suicides are related to depression. I feel like hearing her step forward the way she did may give other people the courage to come forward and get the help they need. I think she reminded us that there is no shame in this. I have myself, and I share this openly, I do a lot of education on depression and suicide prevention. And I tell my story, my own story of my own struggle with depression, severe and suicidal depression. And I let people know that I survived, that I got better, that I got help.
We want to see ourselves in the therapist. So it's natural that someone of a given ethnic background, say African American, would want to reach out to an African American psychotherapist. That makes perfect sense to me. It doesn't mean that other people can't be helpful, but it's nice to know someone who might be sharing your community experience.
I think raising awareness the way she did, I think the Chicago School absolutely can and does play a role in raising awareness not only about depressive disorders, but about mental illness in general. And we do an amazing job of educating future clinicians, future psychologists, therapists that are going to be helping people get better. As my own therapist said to me once, this is an illness, not a weakness.